It's week 2 of the 2022 season, and we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry. It's the Bears and the Packers on Sunday Night Primetime.
This is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. They come in off a loss in the opener last week. That one was on the road. Now they get their first taste here of home cooking.
And what they're hoping to do is feed off the energy of the home crowd. Great tailgate, great fan support. Let's see if they can put it to good use.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. The Chicago's offense running out, and something they hope to see for years and years to come. Second-year pro Justin Fields leading the way.
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped upon all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
To Montgomery to begin the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Back to Montgomery on second down. And he'll get a couple up to the 29. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Out of the gun, Fields. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and got the ball from them.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 44. On play action, they'll throw. Now swing pass for Dillon. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pick up on 1st down. On play action, it's Rodgers. Caught by Cobb. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the 1st. On the delay, Jones. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's a gain of 5, and now the question, will the offense stay out there on 4th and 1?
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll run it with Jones. And brought down, but the juke, the very nice juke, gives him the first down yardage there. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright. And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. To throw, it's Rodgers. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Kyler Gordon brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. Now make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point. Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot, and this will remain a scoreless game. That would have been from way downtown. Pretty big roll of the dice, and he comes up a bit short. Yeah, you knew when you saw the holder setting up on the other side of the 50 that this was going to be a long shot. But to me, there's really no loss here because you've shown confidence in him. Kicking it from a long distance, that'll pay dividends. And the miss, you can shake that one off. It wasn't likely to make it in the first place. Now this offense got to be loving this. After the long missed field goal, they'll take over on the other side of the 50, 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Throwing again on 2nd down. Fields. Montgomery, another target and catch. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Here's Fields. This one swung out to Montgomery. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap, Fields. Flushed out right. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. He was certainly quick to atone for his early game interception. Instead of making another mistake forcing something, he reset himself and found a lane to pick up the first down. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. Great move by Montgomery. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Now that's the kind of run that fires up an entire team. Tackled at the 2-yard line. For the defensive guys, a little bit of a sigh of relief, though, that they stopped him short of the goal line. Now they got to figure out how to shore up the rest of the defense.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. His second rushing touchdown on the campaign and 4th overall. And the Bears have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau.
Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. Then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was all capped off by the Justin Fields touchdown run. He took it in himself. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive.
Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
He'll drop this underneath for Jones.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6. The Packers had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So, you know, they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
He completes it to Jones.
And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it. Occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. Second down, another shot for Jones.
Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. Throwing is Rodgers. The left side completion to Jones.
And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get him the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it.
On now is Mason Crosby, who's hit from as far as 58 in his career. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this won't get there, won't be online either. It's no good, off to the right, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Well, the Bears offense out there set and ready to go.
They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start by running the option to the right. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. On play action, Fields rolling to his left. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Well, you don't expect too many quarterbacks to be adept at breaking away from would-be tacklers, but this is uncommonly good right here as he's able to get away.
Yeah, and at the risk of sounding just a little bit trite, this is just a tackle that needs to be made. It's one thing when you've got a bruising 230-pound running back coming your way, but when it's a quarterback who's running for his life, your teammates will tell you, you've got to get him on the ground.
Got an open man. It's Pringle.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Fields.
And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
1st down for Byron Pringle, and he's a smart gamble by the Chicago Bears. They saw a guy put up 568 yards last year, and he was buried in Kansas City's depth chart. They do believe his ceiling is much higher as a full-time starter, so they brought him in on a 1-year deal to see if he's a long-term answer for their team.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Throwing again is Fields. Fields hit and the ball is loose.
But the Bears look to get this one back, and indeed they did. So they'll keep possession.
We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
So crisis averted, but now facing 3rd and goal. To throw is Fields.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that one on target, and it adds to this 1st half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And he'll get about 3 up past the 25.
Now it's Rodgers. Caught left side by Cobb. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Rodgers to Cobb, good for a Green Bay 1st. 3rd and 4, he did just enough. I mean, just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
So here are the Bears to take over on offense. Last week they got the victory against the San Francisco 49ers. They've got the lead in this one as well right now. Following the fumble recovery, Fields. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. On 2nd and 10, Fields. Looking left sideline, incomplete. The Bears on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Fields. And this is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Montgomery is into the end zone for a Bears touchdown. Just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Now the point after try for Santos. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Complete to Jones. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. That one caught downfield by Watson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 25 yards that time.
That's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll go again to Jones. And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at about the Bears' 20-yard line.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. That's a gain of 5. Brings up
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
So now on 4th down, Rodgers will give way to Mason Crosby for the field goal try. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. The kick by Crosby is good, and they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So they're content to take the 3. Somewhat of a conservative call there, opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
Takes it at the 7.
Now a hit and a loose football. And the Packers pick it up. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Let's just call that play exactly what it is. Needed, because they wanted to get back in the game, and they knocked the ball free, and now they have a chance to do exactly that.
They got the chance. Now they have to take advantage. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. Sharp move, but can't find much space. Dropped just inside the 20. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Rodgers. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins.
And the Packers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? To throw is Rodgers.
Tunyon's got it on the out route.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that will lead to a 3rd and goal.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So now on 4th down, Rodgers will give way to Mason Crosby for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Crosby is good. And a 2nd field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So another good job defensively, because they've allowed 3 trips into the red zone, but only the 2 field goals.
Yeah, that's the bend but don't break, isn't it? And they really didn't get broken at all, because if you're running off the field having allowed 2 field goals and 3 trips in the red zone, you've actually come out ahead.
Yeah, flipping over to the other side, the offense, they'll hope to cash in for 6 next trip.
The Bears now ready to take over again.
There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. To throw again on 2nd down.
Fields. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Fields to throw on 3rd and 1. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
On first down, it's Fields.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Fields eluding the pressure right. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This is Montgomery with a grab over the middle. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This will be a 37-yard attempt. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Bears. And even though they've got the big cushion, I would imagine they'd like to see a little more out of their passing game. Pretty pedestrian numbers through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Packers, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. The Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Rodgers now to throw. It gets it over the middle to Cobb.
Finding space at the 40.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. That's complete right side to Lazard.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 20-yard line.
Now Fields.
They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. No gain on the screen there at 2nd down.
Fields. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Back to throw. Fields.
There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Here comes the Bears punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. This is taken at the 23. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10.
Green Bay's offense ready to go again.
And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. To throw, it's Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's Rodgers to throw. That's complete to Cobb.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers firing quickly, but it's incomplete. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Throwing now is Rodgers. Able to find Lazard. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 31-yard line. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a 1st.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it's so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
An inside give to Jones. Oh, what a move. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. From the 25 on 2nd down, Rodgers. That's complete to Lazard. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 15-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Up the middle, Jones. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. On 2nd and 7, Rodgers. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now Rodgers. And it's a Packers touchdown. Allen Lazard, his first touchdown here in the new campaign.
And the Packers have got it back to within a score.
Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field.
And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. To throw is Fields.
Packer pressure, and down he goes.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
I like how they started the 3rd quarter here. They forced a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Here's Fields. This one swung out to Montgomery.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Draw play. Fields gives to Montgomery.
And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
Here comes the Bears punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. A good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Now the Packers get set to go.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
A give to Jones.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 52 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge.
Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here.
Now it's Rodgers. Man open, here is Jones. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good pickup there at 22.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's Jones again on 2nd down.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Rodgers going to throw. And Jones has it over the middle. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
The kick by Crosby is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. He's got 9 points on field goals now. He's made 3 of them. That gets him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And for him, it's not his concern, right? He just goes out there when they call on him and goes ahead and puts points up on the board. But the offense has got to get together and figure out what's stalling their drives, so they have to keep calling on him.
And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Fields on 1st down. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete.
Working with a 2nd and 3. Now it's Fields off the bootleg.
Caught by Montgomery. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6.
Here's Fields. Montgomery, another target and catch. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Taking it about the 36. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time.
The Green Bay offense ready to take over. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Rodgers now to throw. Caught by Cobb.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
On 1st down, Rodgers looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
He's the gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. At the Bears' 42-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers.
And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick. But instead, it's 3rd down.
Throwing is Rodgers. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jones. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 29-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play for a set of downs.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone.
And that is dropped. Oh, my goodness. That could have been a game changer, but he could not hang on.
Rodgers to throw once more. It gets it over the middle to Cobb. And they'll get him down inside the red zone at the 14. It's also a gain of 14. First down.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's brought down. Call it a gain of 14 for the second play in a row.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
Jones diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet.
Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. On second down, Montgomery. On springs free, Montgomery loses it. And the Packers pick it up. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Do you remember in preseason when we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble.
The Packers ready to take over offensively. They'll be hoping to work a little clock and try to add on to this slim fourth-quarter lead. But whatever happens on this drive, certainly a huge fumble recovery by their defense at this juncture. Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw brought in by Watson.
And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10.
These guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. He will push his way down to about the 14. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Rodgers. He finds his man. Complete. That's Cobb. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2.
He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers.
A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Packers get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. That was quite the call down around the goal line on 4th and goal.
Yeah, they fake the run, pull it out, throw it, and as a defense, I've been in that spot before, and we see it all the time. You almost have to overcommit against the run. You have to almost sell out and say, they're going to run it, go make a play. They got pulled on that one.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field.
And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. On 1st down, it's Fields.
He sets to fire deep. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10. Fields again.
Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
A shotgun snap. Fields.
Got an open man. It's Pringle.
And he will have the Bears first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Now Fields.
Open man right side is St. Brown.
To the air again, Fields. This one swung out to Montgomery.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5.
From the gun, here's Fields.
Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 43.
Here's Fields. That's complete to Mooney. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Back to throw. Fields.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. They do tack on the extra point as well. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Takes it at the 7.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
Well, they can smell victory, partner. They can see it on the horizon, but certainly we're not done yet here. Defense still has 3 timeouts, and obviously this is a very slim lead they're holding on to.
And let's face it, the easiest way to get this done, challenge your ground game. Challenge your offensive line, your tight ends, your receivers, anyone who's going to lay down a block. Don't let there be penetration because they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and maybe bring extra people to the ball. If you can do that, make them burn their timeouts, run out the clock, life will be good. But if you really want to gamble a little bit, a quick play action, quick throw, might be able to get it done. Just make sure it's not incomplete and stop the clock.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as he'll get it with still 1:20 left to go in the game. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down. Again, it's Jones. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And the Bears take over. So now Fields and the Bears down by a field goal, 1:07 remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. All eyes on Fields. Able to complete it to Montgomery. The Bears moving hastily in the hurry-up offense. Here's Fields. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Cole Kmet, the intended receiver. And that'll make it third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now Fields. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Fourth down. Fields has to have this one. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. And they will get the conversion on fourth down to stay alive, but time, not an ally. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. And one last throw here for Fields. On the move to his, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and it goes down. What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting it to midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
So for the Packers, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Houston Texans.